Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead, and for those of you who are watching who have kids, today might not be the best day to watch with your kids. You watch, but we're going to be talking about a serious topic that we're giving you plenty of chance to pause the video and be like, hey, little Johnny.
Or you can click the watch later and watch it later when they're taking a nap, or...
Yeah, because normally our vlogs are very, very family. And this is family, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's a more serious topic that you may want to deal with however you deal with it at your house. But we're going to talk about death.
Yeah.
So there it is. So you had a chance to pause, and if you didn't, well, that's your own fault now.
That's on you.
Yeah. So we had a pretty sad day today.
Yeah.
But this is not going to be well, we've got a larger topic to talk about. But today, our rabbit Thumper, who was 12.
Yeah. It's finally hit me.
Yeah. She was a pet for a long time. I mean, can you imagine a 12-year-old rabbit?
Yeah, I know a lot of indoor rabbits live a lot longer because they don't have to deal with the elements.
She was cool. You know, and for years, we opened her cage up and we put like a little carpet out, and sometimes she'd come out and sit on the carpet, but she had free access to go anywhere she wanted to because she would only poop in her cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a cool rabbit. And today was the day she had to go. She couldn't eat anymore, and she couldn't see, and her legs didn't work anymore.
She couldn't move, and
I couldn't bear to just see her starve.
Right.
So that had to happen. But that's not the topic of the day. The topic of the day is that balance between how much of your animals become pets and how much do you allow into your heart to, or do they just 100%, are they just a thing that's there like a tool, which some people do that. And I understand that, like feedlots and places like that. Yeah, they care for their animals. Well, some do.
Yeah. Well, even here on our homestead, we raise animals for food, and they are very well cared for. But at the end of the day, we know what their final destination is.
Yeah.
So.
And that's really the topic today, is how much can you, if you are thinking of homesteading, thinking of farming, thinking of farmsteading, however you want to put it, raising your own food, how much emotional risk or investment are you willing to take?
Right.
Because you have to really consider that. Like if you go out there, even with chickens, okay, chickens were the first animals that we processed for our own consumption as an animal, that this is what its purpose is here.
Right.
And I got to tell you, that was hard.
Oh, it was really hard. It was really hard. Even for the kids, it was hard because we all raised them, so.
And the issue of naming. Do you name your animals? You've got to really consider these things, because when you name an animal, there's going to be a connection.
Right.
Now, we were at least wise enough to make the kids know again and again and again, reminding them that this animal, God's blessed us with this animal, and we're going to take care of it. We're going to protect it. We're going to make sure it has absolutely everything it needs, and the only bad moment it has is that very last moment.
Right.
And then, in turn, it's going to feed and care for us.
Right.
So we did the jump of naming them, but this might sound funny and cold, but we named them food names.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we had our chickens were original and extra crispy and sweet and sour. So it was
General
So that was one of the roosters. We made it light and fun, but they were food items, that.
And we did remind the kids again and again, someday this will be dinner. Mm-hmm. And as weird as it may sound, one of the things that helped greatly was when we were having food, we would say, someday this will be our animals, our chickens, our pork.
Right.
And at first it was a little shock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the kids have gotten used to it, and they understand now as they're getting older, well, our food just doesn't come from a store. It has to get to the store somehow. And they actually, it's really kind of funny. They don't like it when we need to buy meat.
If we run out of something.
If we run out of something and we have to buy it from the store, they don't like it. It doesn't taste the same. It doesn't taste right. And they know that animal was treated, and it wasn't treated most likely treated. That animal wasn't treated the way we treat ours. And
if you want to see something that'll open your eyes, watch Farm Inc.
Yeah.
That's what honestly did it for us. Yeah. When we saw that, it's a documentary called Farm Inc. Yeah. And it shows you not nearly as graphic as some of these places really are. I mean, we live up here where there's a lot of food production.
Lots of food production.
And we know some of these people, and we've been to some of their places, and let me tell you, you're either gonna become, let me stop. You're either gonna become a vegetarian, mm-hmm. or you're gonna start figuring out ways to raise your own food.
Right. Which is what we did when we saw that.
Yeah, because the truth is, we don't want to be a vegetarian. There's nothing wrong with vegetarianism, and do your thing. If that's what you feel like God's called you to do it.
Right.
But understand that there are other people that's not what we're going to do too. So you don't need to rail on us, because we're not railing on you.
No. It's a choice that you guys have made, and this is a choice we have made. So we will respect your choices. Hopefully you will respect ours.
And if you don't, we don't really give a rip, but there's that.
Yeah, I really don't.
It's true.
It is very true.
Because you make your own decisions. Why can't we?
Why can't we?
Just because we're on a little YouTube box means we got to take your opinion? No. Sorry. I digress, and I'm a little bit fired up today.
Yeah, I know you are.
But the reality is that when you see how many big ag farm food companies operate, you will be disgusted and horrified. Yeah. So going back to how much emotional investment do you make?
Mm-hmm. You have to have some. You have to have a good
serious empathy.
You have to have serious empathy. You have to be invested in these animals emotionally. Because if you're not,
don't care.
If you just don't care, they're not going to get cared for properly. So you have to have some emotion. You have to have quite a bit of emotion to get up early in the morning and go out in the 30 below zero, if that's where you live. And
take care of them.
And take care of them, because honestly, it's hard. It's not easy.
And if you live in the South, it's hot.
It's really hot.
And so, sorry,
we've lived there. No, we've lived in several different climates. So we know what Florida's like. We know what Wisconsin's like. And we know what Ohio's like. So we know the difference and what is required in those climates. And honestly, there are days I don't want to go outside when it's 30 below.
But you got to do it.
But you have to. And I know that's not where we were going with this video, and I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Speak your mind.
But again,
the animals deserve more.
Right.
They're not tools, in my opinion.
No.
They're not just a thing that is an asset or liability. They're living, breathing creatures.
Yeah.
And my opinion is if you're not willing to make an investment in them, don't get them at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do it.
Don't even begin. Find another farmer in your area that you can buy from.
That you know is treating them right.
Is treating them right. Exactly. So.
However, finding that balance between pet and tool.
Right. Yeah.
We're somewhere around the 75-80%.
Closer to pet.
Yeah.
Not tool.
Absolutely.
Because, we raise our own beef cows, and we have a milk cow, and she provides, those things provide for our family. That milk provides for Grace, and the meat provides for our family. But we still love them. We still, they're still our pets, so.
But there will come a day when that just has to be dealt with, that animal, and we will take care of them until we cannot at all.
Exactly.
But this video, hopefully, is an eye-opener for some of you who may be thinking, oh, well, I'll just get a pig or I'll just get chickens. And you haven't really considered the other side of what's going to happen.
Right.
So weigh it out, people, because if you're not willing to take care of them the way they should be, please don't.
Yeah, just don't, because you'll suffer and the animals will suffer, and that's just not good for any of you, or either side. No. So
hopefully this video has given you a little food for thought.
Yeah.
And now I promise that's not a pun.
No.
I didn't even think about it before I'd said it. I hope that it has given you something to think about.
Or something to chew on.
Oh,
sorry.
You're going. You see, there's the 20% in there.
There's that 20%. But you have to have a sense of humor. You really do. Everything cannot be stoic. You have to have a sense of humor when it comes to this lifestyle, because
farming,
you're nuts.
Let's just say you will not believe how much poop, literal poop, you're going to have to deal with. And if you can't laugh at yourself when you smeared a big thing of poop on your face by accident,
or it flings up and hits you in the face,
you're really not going to do well.
Yeah. I was just a funny joke, or a funny incident. I was outside, and we're trying to avoid having poo pile up in the barn and outside the barn, and so I've got my little pitchfork, and I'm trying to break it off of the ground outside, and some of it flew into my mouth. It was really disgusting.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it happened last week. I forgot. So until just now.
What else are you keeping from me?
Oh gosh.
No.
No.
I've gotten my fair share of poop and other things.
And it was really gross. Thankfully it was frozen, and not fresh.
Steamy.
Sorry. Trying not to throw up. Just thinking about it.
Well,
on that note,
that said, we hope that there's something that you may have been able to think about here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day.